Very short. It's a Bangalore-based company doing web design, digital marketing, IT services, and software development. Their focus: good visuals, easy usability, and helping businesses increase conversions and growth. Vision: be a leading promoter of engineering and technical research visibility. Mission: share technical knowledge, support members, keep communication active, and provide networking for the engineering community.
All right, let's talk about the real deal when it comes to your computer science and engineering degree. We're going to go over the unwritten rules for not just surviving, but actually thriving. This is all about building a career that has a solid foundation.
So, let me ask you something. Do you think your degree is basically just one long 4-year coding marathon? Because if you do, you're not alone. But honestly, you're missing a huge part of the picture. The code itself, it's just one piece of a much, much bigger puzzle.
You see, real success, the kind that lasts, is actually built on 4 key pillars. And if any one of them is shaky, the whole thing could get pretty wobbly. But if you get all 4 right, well then you're going to be absolutely unstoppable. So here's the game plan. First, we're going to lock down those fundamentals. Then we'll talk about turning all that theory into actual practical skills. After that, we'll get into what it really means to be a pro, not just a programmer. And finally, we'll put it all together to get you ready for launch. Okay, first up, Pillar 1, mastering your fundamentals. Seriously, think of this as the concrete bedrock of your entire career. Everything else we're going to talk about today is built right on top of this. You can't skip this part.
Now look at this list. These are not just subjects to get a passing grade in. This is your essential toolbox. Knowing algorithms isn't about an exam. It's about making an app search millions of items in a blink. Understanding operating systems is what lets you write code that doesn't bring down an entire server. These are the tools you'll be reaching for every single day. You have to master them.
And you know, mastering the fundamentals also means mastering the ethics behind it all. Academic integrity, it isn't just some rule to keep you out of trouble. It's literally your first step toward becoming an ethical engineer that people can trust with really important systems and data.
So how do you actually build this solid foundation? It's not magic, it's just a disciplined process. This simple weekly loop, attend, participate, complete, practice, it's an incredibly powerful cycle. Every step feeds into the next, and that's how basic knowledge turns into real, deep mastery.
All right, on to Pillar 2, building your practical skills. This is where the theory you learned in the classroom gets real. It's where you prove that you can take all that knowledge and actually build something that works.
Just look at this. You've got the 2 halves of the whole story right here. On the left is the classroom stuff, the theory. On the right, that's where the magic happens, where you apply it. I mean, getting an A in your algorithms class is awesome, for sure. But using what you learned to build a personal music recommendation engine, that's what makes that knowledge stick with you forever.
Let this one sink in for a second. A portfolio of real projects is your new resume. Your grades prove you can learn the theory, but your portfolio, that proves you can build. And that tangible proof is exactly what companies are desperate to see. And the best part is, you don't need to wait for anyone's permission to start building it. Find a little problem that annoys you and just solve it with code. Grab a friend and build something cool together. Apply for that internship, yeah, even the one you think you're not quite ready for. Every single one of these things adds another solid piece to your portfolio.
Okay, let's move on to Pillar 3, becoming a professional. Because here's the thing, in the real world, you're not just a coder sitting in a corner. You're a problem solver, you're a teammate, and you're a communicator. Take a look at this chart. It's kind of fascinating, right? Your technical skill is the biggest piece of the pie, but it's still less than half. Communication, teamwork, ethics, these aren't just fluffy soft skills. They make up the majority of what separates a decent coder from a truly great, successful engineer.
And that leads to this huge realization. Your network and your communication skills will unlock doors that your code just can't. You could be the most brilliant programmer on the planet, but if you can't explain your ideas to your team or convince a manager why your solution is the right one, your career's going to hit a ceiling fast. So, want to build those skills? Here's your to-do list. Join a club, volunteer to help organize an event, mentor a younger student. Every one of these things forces you to practice teamwork, leadership, and communication in a totally low-stakes environment. It's basically the perfect training ground.
And that brings us to our final pillar, preparing for launch. This is it. This is where we take that strong foundation, the practical skills, and that professional polish, and we combine it all to land that first amazing job.
All of this hard work, all these pillars, they all boil down to this one thing. The goal isn't to spray your resume everywhere and get 100 interviews. It's about being so prepared, so polished, that you land the one great job offer that really launches your career.
Success here is all about having a plan. Don't wait until the last minute. Right at the start of the year, your resume and portfolio should be looking sharp. By mid-semester, you need to be grinding on practice tests. And before the real interviews start, you absolutely have to do mock interviews to get ready to shine.
So here it is, your final pre-launch checklist. Notice how this brings everything together. Strengthen fundamentals, that's pillar 1. Showcase projects, pillar 2. Time management and discipline, that's all pillar 3. It all comes together right here at the very end.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought. Your degree isn't just a bunch of classes you have to take. It's a massive, 4-year-long project, and you are the project manager. So the real question is, with these 4 pillars as your guide, how are you going to manage it?